After the first night, they don't matter. I search for one much better. She emotional like she been battered, but this shit just don't add up. I'm subtracting my feelings when the pit.
Fight fans, it's your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. Fah Fah. You know what it is, man. Coming in the other day, talked about a little bit more boxing news, man. And I wanted to expand a little bit more on what I saw on the boxing scene and how they talked about, you know, letting these fighters marinate, you know, the big three playing chicken. They playing a game of roulette, and how it should be okay for us to let these fighters marinate, take these hijack purses, and pretty much just go through the game just facing B-level competition. And basically, when they get over the hill, they should be entitled to fight one another then, because it's going to make more for the marquee value for the press. Well, this is what I say. Don't believe the hype. Don't fall for the bullshit. They want some fraud, fugazi, fuckboy shit, and they just trying to make it okay to believe and trying to, you know, coax y'all into believing that it is okay for fighters to duck one another on the heavyweight playing field when they are of the echelon of boxing, knowing they could just whitewash every bit of, you know what I'm saying, opposition up underneath the guys like, you know, Dillian White and, you know, Kubrat Pulev and the rest of the guys, you know, Luis Ortiz and the other top guys of that division. And I just don't think that is cool. Like, since when did we get to the point where we come from the living in the golden era of boxing from the 80s and the 90s, and actually the 90s, you know what I'm saying, the beautiful, wonderful, fabulous years of the heavyweight, to get to this, to where it is okay that people can sit up here and talk about, you know what I'm saying, letting fighters stew and take on a bunch of C-level opposition and fighting 3 times a year and not fighting the top guys. Now, Mike Tyson, George Foreman, Shannon Briggs, Vitaly Klitschko, Vladimir Klitschko, Ernie Shavers, Leon Spinks, Larry Holmes, even Andre Gulata. I'm talking about, you know, the fighting pride of Britain, Frank Bruno. None of these dudes would have did that. The best always fought the best. And they're talking about the money they got left when they lead the game. You know what I'm saying? And how they didn't make the most of it. That's because all y'all had the mob hands into everything. Y'all extorting these fighters. And these fighters wasn't even getting no real money until the 90s and the 2000s came along, to where the extortion ceased to exist. Because now you got so many gangs and everybody running the street. Don't nobody fear the mob. Don't nobody fear none of these other dudes, because there's plenty of other young cats that can get it popping, and they could pay them to protect them and watch their money. So now the management is getting a lot less shaky, and people can really do what they need to do. I truly feel as though they're trying to make an excuse for Deontay Wilder, and they're trying to make an excuse for Tyson Fury on why they, you know what I'm saying, can just ballerina and tiptoe, you know what I'm saying, on some straight fruity booty shit around fighting Anthony Joshua. Because they sitting up there saying that the pie is cut 3 ways, but we already know this man, the heavyweight champion with 4 belts. How's the pot cut 3 ways? And when does Tyson Fury get all of this clout? Now, Bob Arum wanted to give him $100 million. That's fine. I know what Bob Arum plan is, because and why he's fighting the opposition he's fighting. But let's be honest, Tom Schwartz is 24-0. Nobody knew about him. As you know what I'm saying, as Ring IQ said, and I even said it myself, who the fuck is Tom Schwartz? But I know who Tom Schwartz is, and guys that aren't casuals know who Tom Schwartz is, but he ain't even on Fury level, man. They could have found another guy for Fury to fight. I would have rather Fury fought Kubrat Pulev. Now, that would have been a good fight. 2 guys, you know what I'm saying, that aren't known for the most serious power, but got very deadly jabs, man, and they jab alone would reconstruct your face for 12 straight rounds of an entire heavyweight fight. But y'all are trying to put so much power into the hands of people, trying to diminish the whole A-side and B-side theory, when we know that's what boxing has always been based upon. Y'all are trying to completely diminish that by saying guys who have no belts, guys who aren't proven, guys who have held titles way longer, have way more fights than the other guys, that have racked up way more belts, should be able to come to the table and get an equal purse as the other individuals do.
Man, this is some bullshit.
When they've been racking up their chump change or whatever, yeah, they might sit up there and nickel and dime and get their little 1.2 million, 2 point whatever million here and there fighting lower level opposition. But Anthony Joshua took all of the risk, you know what I'm saying, and forfeited some of his money to get those, you know what I'm saying, purses. And he didn't gripe about the money he got now. So his stake has been claimed, man. He deserved everything coming to him. These other guys, man, Fury, you know what I'm saying, we ain't seen no real action other than, you know, the adversity facing and Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder don't have no skill set. So really, it wasn't Deontay Wilder duping Fury. It was more of Tyson Fury duping Deontay Wilder because he knew he was an easy touch, not the other way around. So I want y'all to, you know what I'm saying, look at it from that side too. You know what I'm saying? There's two sides to every coin, man. And I'm gonna flip over both sides so y'all can see the head and the tail. And we already know Deontay is the butt of every joke that is boxing, man. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Bruce fucking Vane for that DuckTales, man. I even said in the comments that I was going to use that joint a week ago on God, but he beat me to it, and he did it in such a eloquently outstanding, you know what I'm saying, manner to get through and let these LDBC bitch nigga Rainbow Coalition hoes know what's up, man. But y'all are not going to hoodwink boxing and say that we should just get used to the fact that these promotional the promotional avenues our boxers are taking, talking about ESPN Plus, the Zone, Showtime, etc., when the Zone is clearly trying to make it to where, you know what I'm saying, well, what you would spend in 1.5 fights, you could watch the Zone all year round and get a plethora of good matches, because, you know what I'm saying, it ain't set in stone yet. They ain't said it, but I know Vladimir Klitschko about to sign for some plus 92 million pounds with the Zone, and we already know the full stable of fighters they already have, and the kids, you know what I'm saying, Garcia is already coming up, and he's going to be like the next Canelo Alvarez of the whole shit, as long as he keep winning in spectacular fashion at the lightweight position. But y'all are just trying to lead people to believe that they are on the same playing field as Anthony Joshua. I'll let you know the difference between watching their matches, knowing that, you know, you got Tyson Fury fighting Tom Schwartz, knowing that you got Deontay Wilder fighting Dominic Breazeale. I'll let you know the difference between Anthony Joshua and Jarrell Miller. Truthfully, you don't know how that match is going to go other than Anthony Joshua bouncing his head off the canvas, but it's hard to gauge how Big Baby's going to come at him, because he's more of an aqua fighter for his size and his movement, kind of like Tyson Fury, but nowhere near as good. But between Dominic Breazeale and Deontay Wilder, like I've said before, the only reason people going to watch that motherfucking fight is because they want to see that nigga get knocked out. And the only reason people going to watch the Tyson Fury fight is because, you know what I'm saying, he's just such a enigmatic character, man. He's such a larger-than-life character, and people just like the way he brings to the table, and he knows how to sell a fight with his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But we're just going to continue to go on. But Anthony Joshua, he's been getting $30 million a fight. He's fought Povetkin. He's fought Carlos Takam. He's fought Dillian White. He's fought Joseph Parker. He's fought Vladimir Klitschko, you know what I'm saying? Now he's taking on Big Baby. He's fought Dominic Breazeale already. So I can sit up there and name 7 top 10 talents that he's already fought, you know what I'm saying? Minus Jarrell Miller, who he's fighting on June 1st, who I have all the confidence in the world he's going to beat. So the only people he ain't really fought is Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury and Kubrat Pulev, and that's because Pulev pulled out. So when you think of Anthony Joshua, you can't even match him or even try to mention him in the same breath of those other two fighters, and it highly pisses me off that you would say they're the big three and not mention Dillian White, because honestly, Dillian White brings more marquee value than Deontay Wilder. The only reason you say he has marquee value with Tyson Fury is because he signed that $100 million network deal. But Dillian White been selling out 90,000 fans. You know what I'm saying? So not to mention them and just say it's the big three. I like to say that it's more the boxing Mount Rushmore. You know what I'm saying? So all of this is straight
bullshit.
And we just gonna continue to just navigate through the, you know what I'm saying, the trash, because like I said, AJ's been getting $30 million fighting A-level competition, B-level competition, and he ain't never fought no C-level competition, but whoever AJ fights, he's going to get $30 million. So you can't say he's playing a game of chicken when he brought the contracts to every single one of these guys, Luis Ortiz included, and nobody wanted to take life-changing money. And y'all are going to sit up there and try to argue and say, yo, these guys should just pacify the game and just fight lower tier opposition and just go ahead and just get their bread and talk about generational wealth. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say this. Isn't that kind of contradicting, considering Deontay Wilder would have had generational wealth if he would have fought if he would have signed the Zone deal? He would have been 100 to 120 million richer, right? So no sympathy there. Tyson Fury got a $100 million deal. Now, when is he going to put up and when he's going to fight the big dogs in his division, man? It's been a long time since he's been out the ring, and let's be honest here, man. He would have never beat Klitschko. All Klitschko had to do was let his hands go. And y'all call that shit a masterful performance? That shit was the most That was the most boring fight I ever fucking seen in my life. And I watched it 3 fucking times. And the only thing that I ever came up with in the conclusion that I sparked, hypothetically, you know what I'm saying, and visually from watching this match, is the fact that Klitschko didn't let his hands go. And if he would have put pressure on him like he usually does, you know what I mean, Tyson Fury would have never won that match with that irky jerky weird shit that he does. I mean, everybody is so, you know what I'm saying, everybody's so elated with the fact that this guy can just move around for as big as he is, man. Well, shit, Big Baby can move around for as big as he is. Should I be happy about that too? I'll wait. So, we're not going to sit up there and say that they're all on level playing fields. You know what I'm saying? I used the house analogy on my last shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to use it again on this one. So, if there's one house left on the block and you got 3 guys here and all of them working the same business. Now, we talking about tax brackets. We got one guy on one tax bracket. We got Tyson Fury that just reached another tax bracket. So, he up there. He blue blood. And we got Anthony Joshua, who's already been seeing just unfathomable amounts of money and already made life-changing money in his life, and he's still grinding to take care of the whole family, to distribute the wealth amongst his whole family, to ensure that his whole family is wealthy. Now, if there's one house left on the block that isn't occupied, and one of them is seeking it for occupancy, who is going to get that belt? Who's going to get that house? It's going to be the guy with 4 belts that's making $30 million fighting whoever, that's record breaking every time he sells out. Is it going to be the guy with 1 belt, or is it going to be the guy who is lineal? Which I've already said is, you know what I'm saying, a figment of, you know what I'm saying, his unicorn imagination and imagination of the public. Because everybody, as I have to continuously state, lineal status only applies if you don't tarnish it. And he tested positive for drugs and so many other things. So all of the glories of the old are once stripped from me. So the Ring Magazine belt don't matter. The 4 belts that he held prior to that don't matter from Klitschko and all of that, man. We got a new smoking gun, and that's Anthony Joshua, and he's been more active than everybody, and he's rounded up all of the damn belts and taking all of the heavy lifting just to bring them right to your feet for y'all to not even take the chance. I'll say that again. We got a new smoking gun in the building who's went and did all of the dirty work, taking less money, fought all of the harder opposition, walked through the fire. Dillian White did it too. And Rax rounded up all of the belts and laid them at your feet. And Dillian White didn't take it. Luis Ortiz didn't take it and wanted to speak up 2 weeks later. Tyson Fury didn't take it. And Deontay Wilder didn't take it. 9 figures to be exact. So who is ducking who? Who's doing what? Who's on an even playing field with who? And how can y'all say that y'all want these microwave and renewed over and over and over again ass fights with bum ass competition instead of watching the real deal get in the ring? And as I said, the golden era heavyweights would have turned over in their grave, man, because, you know what I'm saying, like, if you want to consider yourself cut from the same cloth as Jack Dempsey, Floyd Patterson, Muhammad Ali, Willie Pep, you know what I'm saying, Pernell Whitaker, Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, you know what I'm saying, Klitschko and all of these other guys, man, you got to fight top dogs, man. And all of these guys fought top dogs, and y'all aren't fighting any top dogs at all. The only person I see fighting top dogs is Anthony Joshua and Dillian White. And they ain't scared to go into the fire and come out unscathed. Dillian White already know what it feels like to get his head bounced off the canvas, so he wanted a little bit more insurance on his, but he really wants Wilder more, so he's just trying to wait to see what Mauricio Suleiman is going to do about this WBC mandatory shit, and he's trying to get in the ring with Wilder. So I understand what he's trying to do so he can come back to AJ and they can unify, and then that way they both would make an obscenely lucrative amount of money, and they both can lay back and know that their families is taken care of, which is any fighter, if you were smart and had any business sense, you would be doing whatever to take care of your family in the beginning. So if Deontay Wilder isn't taking a 9-figure contract as a free agent for 3 fights where he could have closed out at the end of next year,
Man, this is some bullshit!
I would have to beg to differ to say this. How much does he really care about his family to take pennies? You know what I'm saying? And once again, I say, since when has it been cool to step over dollars to pick up pennies, man. So that's all I got for you today, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be off this joint for a little bit, man. I'm gonna chill and enjoy the rest of my week, man. Once again, man, this is your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. Fah Fah. You know what it is, man. I hope y'all enjoyed, you know what I'm saying, the video. I hope y'all enjoyed how I broke it down and everything, and I hope that put something a little bit in perspective for y'all. But don't fall for this journalistic bullshit that they trying to throw in your face to try to make you believe that it is okay to escape top dogs to fight lower level opposition and to see these niggas fight 3 duds a year, and instead of seeing these guys really get it on, get it popping, and we can have one undisputed, one true king on a Stannis Baratheon shit. But we already know that's Anthony Joshua. Once again, what do I always say before we close this joint off? It costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. All my warriors, when the fuck y'all gonna come out and play, man? It's your man 3K the Boss, always keeping it real, always keeping it raw, always keeping it authentic, unfiltered, and cut from a whole nother cloth than all the rest of these LDBC bias bitch niggas. Fuck with me. And man, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week. Grind hard. And as always, respect though.